So sometimes I saw like the clients they have affordability, but there are certain guidelines like for the OSFI or their banks, they can't fit in that. So is there something Highclere gonna help like out of the box so we can think about that for the clients?
Right, that's the solution that I was talking about with the Alt-A solution. When you think about it, OSFI mandates requirements for every lender that they regulate, including a lot of these Alt-A lenders that are in that space specifically. Now, I'm not talking about the big banks, I'm talking about other
The
lenders.
trust companies.
Right. And so for us, we're going to provide another solution that doesn't have such intensive underwriting requirements. Will there be due diligence? Absolutely.
Yes.
Will it be as intensive as 12 months or 24 months worth of bank statements for a self-employed
Yeah.
borrower? No. What we're looking at is really, is there sufficient cash flow?
Yep.
Is there liquid assets for the borrower? Obviously, we're looking for good credit, marketable properties, equity in the property.
Got it.
But we'll be a lot more reasonable when it comes to income validation as opposed to some of these OSFI regulated lenders who are required and mandated to provide full due diligence, especially when it comes to reasonability of income. Whether you're a salaried individual or a self-employed individual, they have to meet a certain standard in order to satisfy OSFI, which is their regulator. In our case at Highclere, we're not OSFI regulated, and we're dealing with international asset managers and banks, so our funding solutions won't be prescribed the way OSFI mandates it towards their regulated entities. We have a little bit more flexibility.
So funds are from investors directly, like
institutional investors.
Institutional investors.
Yes, asset managers who are specialized in alternative asset classes, which Alt-A mortgages would certainly meet. As well, we would be dealing with other international banks. The objective, I think the long-term goal is to create a market where we have a RMBS market for non-qualified mortgages. And there's been many attempts at creating that here in Canada. Unfortunately, there's no liquidity. And what I mean by liquidity is somebody who's running a company who's investing some capital into a private label RMBS needs some liquidity. They need to be able to pull their money out and invest it in another initiative for their company. So we're talking about institutional investors, not retail investors here with respect to this. So our objective is to create regular flow of production to create that liquidity in the marketplace, so there's buying and selling of these securities just like there is with mutual funds.
That makes more sense for our buyers who are gonna buy a home. They always have a dream to buy their first home, but I say hard stop by the OSFI. They are regulating more and more every day. I know they are tightening their rules. I also heard like from someone like a rumor kind they are gonna eliminate this stress test might be, but I'm not sure.